What should I
Go
tell
sit
his
in your
father?
car.
What
I will
should
talk
tell
to him
his
in a
father?
minute. Get in your car now!
I understand, but why am I under arrest?
Because you weren't listening to anything we were saying.
Oh my God, stop it! Ow! Ow!
In South Kingstown, Rhode Island, an ordinary accident scene escalated into a legal quagmire on a day in 2023. Central to this drama was Miss Hall, a bystander whose actions led to a controversial arrest. Officers White and Souza, tasked with managing the scene, found themselves in a challenging confrontation with Hall. During the turmoil, a minor accident victim's plight became a secondary concern, as legal complexities overshadowed the initial incident. The day in South Kingstown began like any other, but it was soon disrupted by an unexpected traffic accident, drawing immediate attention from local law enforcement. Amidst the flashing lights and murmurs of concern, Miss Hall, a bystander, found herself during unfolding events. As officers White and Souza cordoned off the area, the mundane scene became urgent and official protocol.
Well, so you think he's going to be taken with the scene, or will he just...
Are you...
I'm not, no, I'm on the phone with his father.
That's my dad. But
How many cars are involved right now?
Not mine, that's mine.
All right, we need to get that off the road. All right, can we get that into the parking lot?
But he's, yeah.
We'll take care of him, man.
Paramedics coming to check it out.
I'm just trying to tell his father. So
Okay, well, we're in the middle of the highway, right?
yeah.
So...
All right, can you move your car, please? Thank you. My man, is your car drivable?
Yes.
All right, we're going to get it off to the side of the road, all right?
All I'm saying is I can leave. I just want to tell his father.
You don't have to leave, just move your car.
I just want you to tell me.
Miss Hall, witnessing the incident, felt compelled to assist. However, her intentions soon collided with the officer's directives. While managing the accident, Officer White instructed Miss Hall to move her vehicle, a request aimed at clearing the area for safety and investigative purposes. This seemingly routine instruction unknowingly set the stage for conflict. Refusing to comply, Miss Hall's actions stemmed from her desire to communicate with the father of the minor involved in the accident before relocating her car. This request, while appearing reasonable from her perspective, was met with resistance from the officers.
You want to talk to his father here? Why don't you talk to his father?
I'm working. Can you please go sit in your car? You have nothing to do with
His
this scene.
father, I'm an attorney, because he's a minor. You need to tell me, is he going to be here?
I don't need to
or
tell
is
you anything.
you-
I'm going to arrest you in a second if you don't get in your car. Do
Oh,
you
you're
understand me?
kidding.
I'm not kidding you.
You are kidding.
You are impeding an investigation right now, and you're really bothering me.
What should I
Go
tell
sit
his
in your
father?
car.
What
I will
should I
talk to
tell
him
his
in a
father?
minute. Get in your car now.
Tell, take it. No, you do not touch me. Oh my God, stop.
What are you doing?
Oh my God,
What are
stop
you doing?
it. Are you kidding me?
Knock it off. Yes.
Tell him to get his hands
Yes,
off
I do.
me. Tell him to get his hands off me. Oh my God.
Stop.
They perceived her refusal as non-compliance, a hindrance to their operational control of the scene. The air grew tense as Miss Hall stood her ground, asserting her position as a concerned citizen. The officers, upholding their responsibility to maintain order and safety, found their patience tested. This clash, under the watchful eyes of bystanders and the ever-present hum of traffic, marked the beginning of a series of events that would escalate far beyond this roadside encounter. As the situation at the accident site in South Kingstown progressed, the air crackled with rising tension. Miss Hall, adamant about speaking to the minor's father before moving her car, faced officers determined to assert their control over the scene. The standoff, initially rooted in a simple request, quickly spiraled into a significant confrontation. The officers, tasked with maintaining order and safety, viewed Miss Hall's refusal as a direct challenge to their authority. Their repeated instructions to relocate her vehicle were met with her steadfast insistence on her plan of action. This communication breakdown set the stage for an escalation that neither party had anticipated. Officer White, growing increasingly impatient with what he perceived as blatant noncompliance, decided to take definitive action. The decision to arrest Miss Hall was not just a response to her refusal to move her vehicle, but also a broader assertion of police authority in managing the scene. This moment marked a key shift from negotiation to enforcement, changing the dynamic irrevocably. As Miss Hall was placed under arrest, the scene became fraught with heightened emotions. Bystanders looked on as she protested her arrest, reiterating her intentions to help rather than hinder. The officers, however, remained resolute, emphasizing that her actions were impeding their operational duties. In the wake of Miss Hall's arrest at the accident scene, a critical legal examination started. The central question revolved around the legality of the arrest under Rhode Island law and relevant case precedents. The officer's decision to arrest Miss Hall for not moving her vehicle, and her subsequent resistance, opened a complex legal discourse. Under Rhode Island law, particularly Section 31-12-3, police officers are vested with the authority to direct, control, or regulate traffic. This includes issuing lawful orders pertaining to scene management, even on private property. The officer's directive for Miss Hall to move her vehicle was within this legal framework, intended to manage the accident scene effectively. Her refusal, therefore, could be construed as a failure to comply with a lawful order, giving the officers probable cause for her arrest. The arrest's legitimacy is further supported by case law, such as the Supreme Court's ruling in Colton v. Kentucky. The court affirmed the conviction of an individual who refused police orders to leave a traffic stop, accentuating the officer's right to conduct their duties without interference. This precedent aligns with Miss Hall's scenario, where her refusal to follow instructions could be seen as hindering the officer's operational effectiveness at the accident site. The charges against Miss Hall, including obstruction, resisting, and disorderly conduct, find their roots in the Rhode Island general laws. The obstruction statute, Section 11-32-1, criminalizes the willful impediment of a police officer in the execution of their duties. In her case, Miss Hall's actions, while possibly well-intentioned, fit the legal description of obstruction. Her physical resistance during the arrest further substantiates the resisting charge. However, the application of disorderly conduct, which involves actions like fighting or tumultuous behavior, might be more contentious in her case, as her actions were not violent or tumultuous per se, but rather non-compliant.
And he stopped to help a kid, and this
Let's
is
go.
what happened. Okay, stop grabbing me. I'll get up on my own. You're hurting me.
Now!
Oh my God, stop it. Ow! Ow! Okay, stop. Get my shoe. Please get my shoe.
Okay.
Oh my God, I cannot even believe this. Stop pushing me, please. I will walk. You guys don't know how much trouble you are. I'm going to sue you both for assault. I can't. I don't have to. You guys, where do you get this? My keys, I need my phone. It's on the ground over there.
I will grab it.
Call my husband. He's also an attorney.
Go ahead, get it.
Police conduct and investigation. The incident involving Miss Hall's arrest at the accident scene warrants a thorough examination of the police conduct and their investigative approach. The officers, tasked with managing the accident site and ensuring public safety, found themselves in a challenging situation with Miss Hall's refusal to comply. From the onset, the officers were operating under standard protocols for accident scene management. Their primary objective was to secure the area, which included directing traffic and bystanders. Miss Hall's presence and refusal to move her vehicle posed a potential impediment to this objective. The officer's decision to instruct her to relocate her vehicle was a standard procedure aimed at maintaining control and safety at the scene. However, the situation escalated when Miss Hall, expressing her intent to assist, did not heed the officer's instructions. The officer's response to this non-compliance was to arrest Miss Hall for obstruction, a decision that, while legally justifiable, could be perceived as an overzealous application of their authority. This action shifted the focus from managing the accident scene to dealing with a confrontation, introducing additional complexities to the situation. The investigation's trajectory was notably influenced by Miss Hall's behavior. Her resistance and subsequent arrest required the officers to allocate resources to her detainment and processing.
She was just out of the car. All we have is her cell phone, a shoe, glasses.
That's it. The key's either on her person, most likely, or the key's in her pocketbook.
Right, you want me to move his Volvo?
Hey, can't move it. Come on, I would have moved it. Why don't you bring her back? Get her out of here. Get her. I'm assuming if she's an attorney, she's got nothing. We'll get her and she cut her loose. I heard you guys say one in custody. I'm like, oh, here we go.
It was so unnecessary. But like my tolerance for that is like, I'm just like, listen, you're not going to listen to what I'm saying. We're in the middle of the highway. Yeah. Get in your car and get off the highway.
Potentially detracting from the immediate needs of the accident investigation. This diversion of attention raises questions about the proportionality of the officer's response and whether alternative approaches could have been employed to de-escalate the situation. Following the incident, Miss Hall took decisive legal action, filing a lawsuit against the South Kingstown Police Department, Police Chief Matthew Monahan, and the officers involved. The lawsuit alleged multiple constitutional violations, claiming physical injury, emotional and mental damage, and wrongful criminal charges. This legal battle had significant implications for all parties involved. For Miss Hall, the arrest and subsequent charges were not only a personal ordeal, but also posed a threat to her professional reputation, especially given her status as an attorney. The emotional and psychological impact of the incident was profound, as reflected in her lawsuit's claims. For the officers and the police department, the lawsuit represented a serious challenge to their conduct and decision-making processes. It brought into question the officers' discretion in handling non-compliant individuals and their adherence to constitutional rights. The lawsuit emphasized the importance of measured responses by law enforcement, especially in situations that could escalate into legal disputes. The case resolution and its legal implications remained a matter of public interest. Although the charges against Ms. Hall were disposed of during a pretrial conference, the specifics of this resolution were not publicly disclosed. This lack of transparency added another layer to the already complex narrative of the incident. Furthermore, the minor involved in the original accident became an overlooked figure in the ensuing legal drama. The incident, which began as a concern for his well-being, shifted focus dramatically, potentially affecting the minor's perception and experience of the legal and law enforcement systems. Now Larry will share his expert legal opinion.
In the Hall case, we see the legal nuances of police authority and Fourth Amendment rights in action. The officer's decision to arrest and Ms. Hall's resistance both raise important questions about the lawful scope of police actions and the individual's right to contest. This incident underlines the critical importance of integrity in law enforcement and the profound impact personal and professional actions can have. It's a reminder that every decision, especially in high-stress situations, carries significant weight and consequences.